Hi, squiggler mates. This is a long blue worm. The blue bin. Let's take a look at some blues. There's a couple, right? Just a couple. Ready? Okay. Perionyx excavatus, also known as Indian blues and Malaysian blues and simply blues. Still a composting worm, and yes, it's a red worm, and they do a really great job. They have really strong muscles, so you can actually feel this worm in your hand pulling tightly. As I'm holding this ball, they are wrapping themselves around each other. They're so strong that the ball that they form is tighter than any other worm ball I've ever felt. I'm hoping that you'll feel it in a sec too. You can see them holding on real tight. They're not even dropping. So we'll let some of the compost and shreds drop off as we watch them pull tightly together. This isn't even in fast motion. These guys are really this fast. They never stop. No wonder they're voraciously hungry. This is a fun little squiggle. Little ball of squiggle. This is so cool. It's kind of appropriate time for Halloween. Could you imagine having this as something to dare people to stick their hand into? Trick or treat! You can see as some of this debris drops off that they start to hold tighter and start to form even more of a ball. These guys are really cool. If you look at their colors, you can see so many differences. You can see a lot of times they have a little black head, and the clitellum is sort of vanilla colored, and it's only about 13 to 14 segments back from the head. That's one way to identify these. That's a tense ball right there. They like the ride. They're having fun. They don't get out much. We've got all ages and sizes in here. It is rather amazing that these worms can actually get really big. They stay kind of thin, but they can be 5 to 6 inches. And I've noticed it almost looks like some of them have like a racing stripe on them. Sometimes you can see it. Wow, it's a big one. The colors kind of remind me of that candy that's got coconut in it, and it's strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate, like little Neapolitans. So yeah, these look like candies. Back to the Halloween theme. Ooh. So cool. See that black head and the vanilla clitellum, and then the strawberry body? And then on the backs there'll be a racing stripe because these guys are fast, as you can see them moving, holding on tightly to each other. Sometimes these guys get a bad reputation because they like to explore, and sometimes they like to explore right into another bin, so they end up showing up everywhere. Kind of looks like one of those tennis balls when you pull it apart and it's got all those rubber bands just around and around and around and around, packing it so it'll have a good bounce. That is a really dense ball. They're so tightly, they're like holding on to each other.
Very cool. Ball of blues.
You might have noticed as they move, they kind of inch their way, pulling their bodies with them. That's kind of a blues thing. Finding more for the party.
One more time.
And this isn't even fast forwarded. Look at these. They move so quickly. Do you see that blue iridescent sheen? I'll bet that's how they got their name. The blues. Thanks for hanging with me, Squiggler mates, and a ball of blues.